And roll call, please.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Mr. Green?
Here.
Mr. Wilson?
Here.
Ms. Laster?
Here.
All right, this portion, the agenda is kind of short, so do I have a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
I have a motion, I have a second. Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Now we get to the point of reason why here. Ms. Burke?
Consideration of resolution number R-2240-25, appointing Marquez Green to City Council, Place 5.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Laster?
Yes.
Congratulations.
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 All right, so item 5 will be the oath of office. Mr. Booth? Yeah, I was going to go slide chairs. You're going to let him do the oath and then we'll come back. We're going to try to get out of this way.
Am I clear?
Y'all want to kind of come around just a little bit, so we can all get there we go. We're good, we're good. All right, raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Marcus Green,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear,
or affirm as the case may be,
or affirm as the case may be,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
or the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
so long as I continue
so long as I continue
a citizen thereof,
a citizen thereof,
and that I will faithfully and honestly
that I will faithfully and honestly
discharge the duties and responsibilities
discharge the duties and responsibilities
of the oath of office
of the oath of office
of the City Council,
of the City Council,
Place 5
Place 5
of the City of Jacksonville, Alabama,
of the City of Jacksonville, Alabama,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Get it?
Good?
Well, let's get everybody together.
We'll do one with me in it, and then I'll scoot out so you can get one of just the family.
Here we go. This is going to be everybody together. 3, 2, 1. Very good.
But get out of your way.
If I can have you come forward for me. There we go. Perfect. All right. And another one in 3, 2, 1. Gotcha. Thank you.
In front of your chair, go in front, just set it right in front of your chair and sit in there. You sit next to the mayor. Come on, this way? Yeah, wait, then get a picture of you setting it up there.
Okay.
Right here?
Yes, sir.
Want to vote all of us now?
Well, you can go ahead and adjourn, and then you can do the picture.
Okay.
Because that's all you got left to do is adjourn.
Yeah. Hey, push it back. Push it back. All right, item 6 is a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
The motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. We'll be adjourned until 6 o'clock. Thank you all.
Ben, come in.
Good. All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to this city council meeting, this work session part of the meeting on this day, March 10th of 2025. I'll call this meeting to order, and ask you all to please rise. We have Reverend Robert Fowler going to deliver the invocation, and please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. We have a special guest.
I invite you to bow your heads with me, please. Gracious and loving God, we thank you for this beautiful day, for the city of Jacksonville, which welcomes people from all over the world, a world-class university, a great city council and mayor and leadership, a wonderful place to live, to raise children, to retire. We pray for our council people and for the mayor and their tasks that are given to them by the voters. May they make wise decisions and keep the best interests of the citizens of Jacksonville always first. And may we do everything that is in pleasing in your sight. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
We have two special guests tonight. They are the children of Mr. Marcus Green, and that is Zion and Riley. They were in the 7th and the 9th grade at Jacksonville High School, and they like to do the pledge. They just begged me and called me all week and wanted to do it. I said, oh, of course. So, y'all can lead the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did you get Ben, you good? Thank you all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Mr. A. Green?
Here.
Mr. Wilson?
Here. Oh, it's my turn?
Hang on, let me check.
Ms.
I was taken back by the moment.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, here.
Mr. M. Green?
Here.
All right, item 5 is proclamations. I did not believe we have any tonight. So we'll start with item 6, our work session. And 6A is the acceptance of minutes. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything about the minutes that was emailed out to you? Thank you. We'll move forward. Thank you, Brenda. Item B is our grant writer contract. Ms. Patricia?
Hello, good evening. I believe you all have a copy of the potential grant contract and have been able to read over it. It is a contract of 40 hours a month maximum at the original rate that we had in the previous contract. And so we just bring that before you so that it can continue to have some cohesion with the grant managing of the current grants that we have and continuation in doing research and applying for other grants.
Okay, so saying 40 hours a week, you're
40
saying
hours a month.
average
I'm sorry, a month. I'm sorry, a month.
Okay, I said, well, you gonna be.
So it comes out to about 10 hours a week.
So you'll be able to manage things that we may need to do, even though you got, how do you pick your priority? They say you got 2 at one time, you gonna go with a full-time bill? I mean, and I'm sure knowing you'll make it work, but just, have you thought through how you would manage 2 different big grants?
So I'm very lucky that I'm not the only person in the department at JSU. I am working with a director and we do have an assistant. And so we would, and I have already spoken with the director in the department. He's very encouraging for me to stay on with the city if the city council approves it. He feels that this could be a great way for us to bring grants to the college and the city that could benefit both. An example would be the potential for a busing grant that we're actually looking into applying for that is opening up for universities and you can bring in the city within the contract. And so we've talked about that. We've just talked about some other ways to help improve the road systems throughout the university and the city, and making those improvements for all involved. And so we are looking at that, but I do feel that I have been given an opportunity that he is willing to give me time as needed if something comes up for the city that needs to be taken care of, to work my schedule out in that way. So,
Any other questions?
any other questions or concerns?
Questions?
And it's for 8 months, is that?
Mayor, you have anything to add?
No, I think we need her to continue with us.
Yes.
Best we can, get the grants we got out there, at least get that all set.
Yeah, because you kind of took it by the by the end and ran with it. So we appreciate that. So I do appreciate your willingness to stay on. If nothing else, just to see where we're at now. And I agree with what you said. There's some things that I think we may be able to benefit working with JSU along together. I think you can get more done that way. Our numbers are look better. Everything's just looking at those buzzwords that as you apply for those grants. That's a good if it's a cooperative together, unified front.
Right. So,
Hope there's nothing else. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you.
Items.
I got one question. Would you keep us informed on, like, if y'all were discussing the grant that would benefit, would you come back and?
Of course, I'll be at every city council meeting
Okay.
that when I'm in,
Okay,
able to be here.
okay, thank you.
Item C is our community safe room. Josh?
Good evening.
Evening, sir.
I've had some information come in on the safe room at Eastwood. We have got the drawings, the preliminary drawings for that. I needed to get with y'all to see if you was okay with the parking that we had set up before I carry this to the planning as far as our preliminary package. Just having the parking on the sheet that y'all may have, be C1. Would be on the east side of the drive. If y'all are okay with that parking, that was really the only thing we had left to discuss. And we will continue to get the full set of drawings for this project.
How many did he finally draw in, Josh, in that time we talked? 'Cause I know he was gonna make it
15?
Looks like about 15.
And some of those are dedicated as,
handicapped.
Well,
there's a few that are right beside the building that are accessible.
Yeah, they're handicapped, the ones up by the building.
Okay.
And those down there is just, and like I told Mr. Burns, that in a storm situation, you're probably not gonna look for a parking place, you're gonna get to the building.
All right, with that being said, could we get by with 10? Because people are gonna go up the drive and park, and they'll come down that road and park.
Probably so, but this parking here would be good for the ball field and everything that you have down there.
Gotcha.
Do we have any requirements that how many we have to have for this?
According to what he is telling me, we do not. We
Okay.
Again, like I say, this is a storm shelter, it's not a meeting room. They're gonna be in the grass wherever they can get, depends on.
So he's ready to bid.
To proceed with so we can get the electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, and all that, they got to get their drawings.
So we're looking on down the road another year or so.
Oh,
probably.
no, I hope not. Hope it goes quicker than that. They ready, it's just, we just gotta get them, everything together.
Okay.
Anything else for Josh on this matter?
No.
You good?
Yeah.
All right, Josh, it's you again. Mill property easement.
All right, Mill property, had a realtor come, he is in the process of selling the calendars, whatever's behind the old mill. Calderas property. And, there's a spot behind that's got some roll-up doors where the property line runs real close to those roll-up doors. I did find that there is a sanitary sewer that runs right on the property line. And according to the plat, we have a 20-foot easement already for that sanitary sewer. Wondering if the city could add 10 foot onto that sanitary sewer, and that he would have the easement. Nothing could be built in that property. They just need to be able to use those roll-up doors on the back for loading product that will be coming out of that property. Said he was needing a 30-foot easement. So if we could add it to our
Existing.
easement across through there, that would be,
Basically, there's no cost to us, we're just changing the property line.
yeah,
Well, just to file it.
File.
yeah, just filing paperwork on that. And then the other thing they asked about that property was the common wall. There is nothing in writing about that common wall. If something happens to the old mill, does it stay or does it go? Whose responsibility? And the new owners or the people that was wanting to purchase this is sort of wanting to see if there could be something put in writing about that common wall having to stay if we tore our part down, or if it got removed, that wall would have to stay.
I think that's been in, Richard, correct me if I'm wrong, that's been in some past verbiage about that concern about that shared wall, that it would have to stay. I mean, there's nothing, I mean, as long as we write the contract, we can just stipulate what we want in there, can't we?
You can dictate the terms of your own contract, certainly. But obviously, the party wall requires two people to do anything with it, otherwise it stays.
So we need something from them also saying they would not disturb that wall, and
Yes.
then, and also we would not disturb that wall. Or the city would not disturb that wall.
So the real estate is representing somebody trying to buy it?
Yes. Got really not a manufacturer, he's they're a distributor out of somewhere up north of Atlanta. They're looking for another place to distribute some of their products.
So I guess we're good with these?
Yeah, the
I'd say.
easement's fine, and I think from that common wall, it's gonna have to be a mutual, I mean, we already had done that before,
Yeah.
so,
I really looked at the last contract we had about taking it down. I could not find anything in it about the wall's head. But I know we did talk to them about it, that we'll have to pay. But we really need that in writing, we do another contract, I think.
I think I seen a contract that was wrote in 2017 that mentioned that wall had to stay.
Had to stay, yeah.
If the project was if it was gonna be
That
demoed.
was Mr. Kennedy's contract, within the contract to take it down, we somehow missed that, didn't have it. At least I didn't see it today when I was looking back over the one.
Any other questions, Josh?
You know, it's kind of important too that we keep that open down through there, 'cause we need that too.
yeah, we do.
We need to have access in
Sure.
and out there. So adding that 10 feet really just kind of helps us too. As long as we make it very clear that they can't build anything.
That's right.
That's a major sewer main, it's a 6-inch sewer main going through there, so it's pretty important we keep that open.
And Josh, I know it's not on the agenda, but you also had something else that came.
Yes, I had the sidewalk project that's going down in front of the school. As we're looking at the time this past week, I think there was already 10 days over on their allotted time. They had 35 days in the job. They picked the worst time of year to do the job, so therefore they run into issues. But they counted off the weather days. They was asking, sent a letter asking if we would get with the council and see if they could have to March the 28th, I think it was on that letter, to finish that project.
I think last time you came to us, you mentioned the end of the month, so I'm okay with the 28th. They won't put that deadline on themselves.
One thing about it, they ain't working on it. I mean, it's not like they blame the cold weather and then they haven't picked back the pace.
They've been working under lights
Yeah.
and, yeah, and that was a big job, so.
That's all
We do
I,
have that prepared to add tonight to the agenda.
Okay.
So I can do that.
Anything else, Josh, before we let him go? Anything? Questions? Thank you, Josh.
thank y'all.
Next item is item E, commercial development opportunity request for funding. The CDA is requesting funding. So are they requesting, what are they actually requesting?
So, last year you all approved 50K for them. They never got it last year because they didn't have a need. They do have a need now. They're less than 10K is what they have, so they're just asking for those dollars now. Go to their
But
coffers.
that's in the
It was in the
2024
24
vote.
budget. And we did not put anything in the 25 budget because they still had those dollars sitting there. So it kind of carried forward for them.
Will we carry forward, or will we have to do like a budget amendment for
Well,
this
it'll
year's
be a
budget?
budget amendment this year to issue it to them, but yes,
Okay.
yeah.
And they just want the 10,000, not.
No,
No.
no, they
They're
would
looking
pay
for
They want
50.
50.
They have less than 10,000, their grants are 5,000 apiece, so they're asking for the FY '24 funding.
And then you all have some possibilities now, right? I mean, it's been active again now.
Started being active again now.
Okay.
So we did not budget for them in 2025
I
at
remember that.
all. And we said that if they needed more, then we'll come back in 2025 because we knew
But
that they did have.
I thought we said per case basis.
Yeah, like as just
As
drawdown
needed.
as needed, so if they're at the point where they've reviewed applications and are ready to award, if that 50 plus the existing,
Yeah, the hard part with the CDA is that they only meet once a month. So if we wait until we receive the applications to ask for the money, then we might not get the money in the bank in time to, it might take longer for us to give those grants out. So that's the problem with the CDA, they've always asked for the money in advance. So that way they had it sitting there, but they always waited until they're under 10,000 before they come and ask for more.
And I'm sure they'll be okay if the decision is not to give them the full 50 tonight, but to give them something so they've got, monies that they can execute. I'd say at least 4. So they need to have.
So you
at
do
least
think there's
20,000.
4 projects in line, as far as you know?
I know at least 2 that people are working on their applications, and then there's another possibility, one is they just bought the one building over here that they're planning on turning into something, and he'll probably be building that application when he goes to do that, so.
Well, just asking the council, since we're midway in this current budget anyway, I'd feel more comfortable with 25 instead of the 50.
Yes, I took the words right out of my mouth, that's half of
Yeah,
it.
I think that's
they'll be
fair.
fine. They'll be fine.
Sounds good.
I mean, then, once again, I welcome that if they were to expend all that, because it's a good program, I think it really does well for especially the square area, they could always come back for
Well,
more.
they have 2 different
There's the business
grants.
development
They have
grant.
a business development grant too, that goes all over the city, so, but, yeah.
you're welcome for that one.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you, Andy.
You're the subject matter expert.
Yeah, no, and it is one of those, I would imagine that, I mean, you know what's coming down the hopper, but not everybody gets pretty full amount, and yeah, but, I think the biggest thing is just the solvency to know that the CDA account can
Cover it if we
meet the
get one.
obligation if it is approved within a timely manner.
Yeah.
That I would not want the CDA to meet and approve, and then just our timing, but we do meet every 2 weeks, so, based on their time frame there, and it is a, unless it's changed, it is a reimbursement grant, or showing it, either an invoice
Yes.
or
Yes.
a, yeah.
The business development is either you have to turn in a valid receipt or a quote from a business that's
Yeah.
gonna do work for you. The sod grant is completely reimbursable, the project has to be done.
Because it has to be checked off to make sure that it is compliant with code of ordinances.
So there should be time in between the construction phase
Yeah.
and the pavement phase.
Yeah, there's a little bit, but I would not want it to go too long, but I think a 25,000 drawdown and then know whatever else
A lot of
comes.
them lately have been waiting until their project was complete till they even turned in the application. But both grants, any work that is done, we verify, I verify for the CDA that permits have been pulled, that if there are any restrictions or any inspections that need to be done, I get with Josh to make sure that they're done and they're okay, and that anybody who's worked on the projects have business
And the umlaut.
Anything else on that? Is that on the agenda, or does it needs to be added?
I don't have can we do it next time, because I'm gonna need an ad funds budget amendment request, and then $25,000.
So, I mean, really, consensus is 25?
Yeah.
Sorry.
If that's what covers what they've got coming.
I think
And then-
that's fair with what they have in the back of that, that'll cover any bills that they might have come in.
Well, between now and next meeting, if there's a change,
Big change.
we can change it before we vote on it anyhow.
Well, and that's what we've done in the past budget anyway. We've asked those who receive funds to basically present those funds as needed. I know there's timeline and there are probably issues with that, but still, I prefer us, instead of just giving someone a lump sum of money, show us where it's going first. I think that's part of our being good stewards of the money.
Any council member wants to see where the money that you have given them goes, I have plenty of files.
All right, anything else on that? All right, hearing nothing else, move on to item L, voting delegates for the upcoming business meeting. Are we still voting delegates? Last meeting we went to, we didn't have an opportunity to vote.
Yeah.
You know, normally they put the little delegate on your banner.
We didn't get it in our packet, did
We
we?
didn't get it in packet, we didn't get,
I don't know, I wasn't at that meeting, I wasn't at that convention, so I can't answer your question for you. I would've.
So, I mean, we still-
She
we
turns
still-
it in as a voting, she's the one who
Yeah.
turns it in, she emails it and everything, so. And this is for the league, this has nothing to do.
It's
It's not
insurance.
AMIC.
This is not the AMIC
Yeah.
one,
Right.
this is the annual.
and that might have been AMIC that we excluded from.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I mean, I do remember, but I don't. I mean, I remember none of us had a
Now, you
voting
wouldn't have been
privilege.
allowed AMIC last
No,
year
'cause we're not- we were not covered in
It
it.
might have been it,
Might have been.
confusion there, but this is just for the league.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna be there on Friday, so I know I'm, yeah.
So we need
They're not voting on Friday, are
No, they're,
It's on Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday, it'll be Thursday.
I think
They
it's
changed
Friday.
that.
Friday, so good.
Hang on, because no, I looked at the agenda, the business meeting.
I think it was Friday. Are you looking at?
It used to be Friday.
See, I
but
thought, there's not a Friday. And we had that conversation last meeting. I mean, there is a Friday, you know, thank God there is a Friday, but I mean, that's just,
That's the day y'all will be doing.
yeah. we'll be
Hang on,
coming
it
home.
is the 15th, but the 15th is not Friday, the 15th is Thursday.
Okay.
Oh, they call it
They
Friday
said
the
Friday the
15th.
15th
Ah.
on their
So Friday's
application.
not the 15th?
I don't think
Wow.
so.
No, we had that conversation last meeting that there's nothing going on.
Thursday
Friday's
is the
Thursday.
15th, that's what it is, so then, I could do it.
They're used to it being on Friday, so that's okay. They didn't.
Well, that's all right, okay, so that changed too. It starts Tuesday instead of Wednesday, it used to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
You keeping up all this confusion? Got it.
Don't worry, we don't understand
I knew you
either.
could, I was making sure.
It's recorded, so go back and,
Yeah.
speed it up.
So, you need, what do you need?
Voting delegate, first and second alternate.
So that's you, Tree.
Mayor's go. Can't do anything.
Oh, well,
which
yeah,
three?
we could make the mayor do something on his last one.
I think we should.
I'll be the fourth or option.
So we need primary. Who wants to be primary?
Not it.
You be primary.
You want to be primary?
Make Sherry,
Oh.
Sherry can do it.
I guess I'll be primary.
And Sherry can be secondary. You gonna be?
I was,
Terry's decided, we'll just let Terry
I
decide.
know, who is it, Terry? Just tell us.
I think both of y'all should do it. You'll represent us well.
All right.
So Sherry's first alternate?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I need a second.
A second alternate, Andy.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, well,
No,
we-
no, because Thursday, I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday. When I saw that Friday, because it used to be Tuesday, it used to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Now, this meeting's at 4 PM.
Yeah, I know.
Thursday, what time?
Well, we got that dinner.
No, I'm good, because we got dinner that night.
Yeah, we're dancing.
So you
I'm
put
not-
it on next agenda?
Yeah, I'm gonna be Saturday. But that's just, if somebody else ain't there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Well, if they
The
ain't
other
there,
two
if they ain't
go.
there, I ain't there.
That's right. Something happened.
That's exactly right.
But it looks impressive.
So, are we good?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, we're good. Thank you all. All right, next is any other business?
You gotta drive home after that?
Does any other business need to come for the council meeting? Hearing nothing else, we're good. All right, anyone need a break? If not, we'll move right into the meeting. Do you have something else, Mayor?
Go ahead.
All right, so we'll go on to item 7. We'll actually start the meeting. I need a motion to accept the minutes. Second. Motion, do I have a second? Second. Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 8 is the adoption of the agenda. I think we have some changes.
Yes, we do have a couple. To the main agenda, add item 11A, consider action to approve the extension to CD&A Construction LLC agreement for JPWP number 23-111 sidewalk improvement project along George Douthit Drive and James Hopkins Road, per the attached.
That's it.
That's it? We didn't,
No,
we
we
decided
have
not?
another one.
Yeah.
Also to the main agenda, amend item 22, consider action to adjourn into an executive session under provisions of the Code of Alabama, section 36-25A-783, to discuss with the attorney the legal ramifications of and legal options for pending litigation.
We had discussed something between meetings about, on the consent agenda. There's an item in the consent agenda that it won't allow us to be a consent 100%. Is it something, is it too late to change that and put it, it's actually number 1A on the consent agenda?
You want to pull it out of the consent agenda?
Pull out the consent agenda, add it.
It's me. It's
Add
always
it.
me.
No, it's my apologies if I meant to ask you during the break, but all you were enjoying your cupcakes, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, and 2 plates of chips. Okay, so you want to pull off that Gadsden
Yes, A,
and add it.
yeah.
Well, let's just call it, 11B.
Yeah.
That's how one.
And just consider action to approve the, you have it? Yeah, approve that.
I apologize.
And then you have to amend the consent agenda. Well, that makes sense.
Let's just remove.
We're just moving it,
You
yeah.
have to amend it to remove item
Yeah.
A.
Do that first
Can
and
we do it all in one motion?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay with
Can
that.
we do all in one motion?
Minutes.
Uh,
We're gonna remove it from the consent agenda and add it to
add it
the
to
11A.
the main
Remove-
agenda.
remove-
11B.
We're just changing, we're not, I mean, we're,
yeah,
I think
keeping
we'll-
it.
Well, I mean, I know that, but you're amending one item and adding another item.
However y'all wanna do it.
let's just leave it as is. If it's, that's going to be too complicated. Really, if it is, I mean, we can do it as, I mean, we've done it in the past, the way we have to do is just someone will have to abstain. From the consent agenda.
Whatever y'all wanna do.
That's fine, we'll just leave it. You're okay with leaving it?
Yeah, and really, I mean, I know the Ethics Commission would have no issue with this, because that money that the city is for training does not come directly into any budget that I oversee. But as far as a matter of, you know, I'm not authorizing city dollars to go into where I work. I mean, it's just something I wanna be aware of and let the public know they can trust. Not directing money from Chief Cato's account into anything that I oversee. But since I'm a member of the cabinet there, I wanna just be, it says that as I abstain from it, that means nothing to do with any of the other things on the consent agenda. So,
Thank you. So,
henceforth, perhaps.
yeah. So the only additions we had was 11A and the addition to 22 going into executive session. All right.
I motion to approve the agenda as with the additions and amendments.
Second.
I have a motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 9 is public comment concerning any agenda item. This is your opportunity to address the council. If you wish to do so, just come to the podium, state your name and address, and make sure the city clerk has your information before you leave.
And this is for just public comments?
On agenda, this is agenda, this agenda, yeah. All right, you'll have an opportunity.
No, I apologize.
Okay, no, you're fine, you're fine. All right, see no one come forward, we'll move on to item 10.
Consider action to authorize the mayor to sign the purchase agreement with the Sutphen Corporation for the purchase of Sutphen fire apparatus per the attached.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 11.
Consider action to authorize the mayor to sign the agreement with Patricia Daigle for grant writing and management per the attached.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 11A.
Consider action to approve the extension to CB&A Construction LLC agreement for JPWP number 23-111 sidewalk improvement project along George Douthat Drive and James Hopkins Road per the attached.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 12.
Consider action to approve the promotion of the following: Theodore Copeland, Police Corporal, Range 20, effective March 12, 2025, due to the promotion of Jacob Collins.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 13.
Consider action to approve the employment of the following: Marquise Watson, Police Officer, Range 18, effective upon compliance with ordinance number 273, due to the promotion of Theodore Copeland.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 14.
Consider action to accept the resignation of the following: Trinity Kirk, laborer at SCP, that's the Senior Center Program, effective March 6, 2025.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Consent agenda.
Item 15, purchases over $7,500. Item 16, request to attend conference, training sessions with cost exceeding $1,000. And item 17, boards and committees.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
A motion, 2 seconds. All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed or abstain?
Abstention. A green.
Thank you, sir. Thank y'all. Motion carried. Item 18, and it's now public comments for any general item. This is another opportunity to address the council for any general items. Just please address your name and address and make sure the city clerk has your information.
Thank you so much. My name is Wesley Bishop. My address is 711 Oak Street, Anniston, Alabama, 36207. So I came to you all and spoke at the end of January concerning the issue of propaganda, racist propaganda that was being placed around the city. And I just wanted to follow up on that and thank actually you, the council and the city, for moving very quickly. After that, the police department did reach out to me, Parks and Recreation did reach out to me. I was able to submit a report to them of what to look at, and as far as I know, I've not seen anything else in town. So I just wanted to express my thanks for that, about moving so quickly and actually addressing it. I also wanted to follow up with something I discussed at the last meeting that I was here for, about possibly putting up new historical markers in the town square that reflect different aspects of the county's history. And in working with, because I work at JSU in the history department, working with community members, working with students and faculty, we came up with 3 possible subjects that I wanted to discuss with you all. And these would be historical markers honoring and discussing the history of Lilly Ledbetter, who of course was the working class labor activist, Rick Bragg, who was a celebrated author, or is the celebrated author from here, and then also Theodore Burke Fox, who was the first African-American man elected to city government. And so in 2 of these, I actually have contacts with the folks, right? And I've been talking to Sandra Sudduth, I've been talking to others, right? And they are generally in favor for it. Rick Bragg is the one I don't have personal contacts with, but I'm already in contact with someone who is in contact with Rick Bragg and his family. And so I don't foresee this being an issue with either of their, anybody's families, right? I think this would be something that they would welcome. But I wanted to bring this to the city council first, to gauge kind of the reception of this, right? If this is, because this is people's private lives, right? This is people's family members, right? If there's going to be any kind of pushback, I want to be aware of that so that I can let them know that. So, yeah.
How much is it gonna cost?
So markers typically, right, cost between $2,000 and $4,000 depending on how many letters you have. If you have the gold lettering, you know, all of those different things, right? I mean, just what comes of it, right? Like, I mean, if you have a smaller one, like the Pelham marker, right, with less lettering, that's less than if you have like the Beauregard one, which is like huge amount of text, right? That it obviously just costs more. I do think that given these three subjects, this is something that we could possibly pursue through grants. We could also probably pursue through private donation. I think all three families would see this as a huge honor, and I do think, especially, I mean, obviously Theodore Burt Fox, right, very important to the local history, right, but with Bragg and Ledbetter, right, there's national recognition there as well, and so I think there would be interest in supporting that through different funding options.
And you put it on the square, is that what you're saying, or where are you gonna put them?
I think the square makes the most sense, and again, this is something I would want to work with city government to think, right? I think, yeah, the square makes the most sense, right? There's where we kind of have the signage. There's a lot of foot traffic there. When I, teach my classes, and I have students do a whole exercise on Pelham and Beauregard. It is harder, Beauregard less so, but I mean, like that is a busy intersection. It's not the most pedestrian friendly. I think it would make the most sense to have it in the square.
I don't, we're at this point, right, we're really not supposed to communicate back and forth.
Sure,
I do
okay,
appreciate what
yeah,
you're doing.
yeah, of course,
I do think you have those, we have our interest in pursuing this, so if you need to meet with some of us, during other hours, I think we're open to progressing as far as we can with this. So you have our support. I personally appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And so I just reach out individually. I'm sorry, I don't know how it works.
No, that's
right?
fine.
So,
We prepped the rules all night anyway.
No worries. So, okay, I'll do that.
I just did by asking how much.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Yes, it was your fault. I was taking blame for that. Is there anyone else like to address the council? Seeing no one come forward, we'll move on to council member remarks. Anything? Anyone?
I think it's exciting we have a new member,
Yes.
that he was willing to join.
Now, he does know he's required to stay now, even after this meeting.
He's been had now, he's in now. But welcome aboard, we appreciate you.
Yes.
And I will disclose, as I told Marcus and his family and those here, he was sworn in today because he's going to be sworn at a bunch once you're sworn in.
Bingo.
Well, maybe it was just me, I don't know. But
They might not on your birthday.
well, it's good to be bookended by two greens up here too.
Oh,
But,
no.
Oh, whatever.
Right.
Well, I will address is what was just brought here. I think that we have so many persons that are from Jacksonville, and when I say Jacksonville, they might have grown up in the community. They might not have been born in Jacksonville proper or something like that. But I love to find ways to recognize and honor those who've been a part of making the town what it is, the notoriety for what it is, and just I was a part of some of the sign revitalization project that Greater Things in Jacksonville did. And being able to look at all of those postmaster names that are right outside the post office, I didn't know those persons, but I started thinking, man, those men and those early days, they didn't know what Jacksonville would become, and the year when that was going on. I think any way that we can recognize some of that heritage, we've got that right in the middle of our city seal is heritage there. Ways that we can recognize those in some shape, form, or fashion, I'm all for. Some things that are happening also in regards to education. This last Saturday, some of you maybe know, Dr. Barber knows, but the Kitty Stone Elementary School competed in the Science Olympiad, and for at least the third year running, might be even longer than that, out of all of the teams that were there, placed first amongst all those. And it's just like we did before, I want to try to work out a time to invite them and their coaches, which are teachers, a part of that, to come and be recognized. A little bit smaller atmosphere in here than we were in the courtroom, but what a major gold star with blue outline on it for Jacksonville to again be recognized, have that accomplishment. And this week, Jacksonville City Schools, amongst others within this state workforce region, will be participating in something called Worlds of Work. The city of Oxford will host that, and so our 8th graders and 11th graders will be traveling to Oxford City Civic Center, and they're going to be exposed to the careers that await them. And so many of them will enroll in maybe college or university, but they will also have that chance to learn about what careers are out there. So I know that Dr. Barber and some of his staff have been a part of that. I'm a part of that also. We have law enforcement and first responders. I mean, so much from all of this area will be there. So excited for our students to see what's coming.
Thanks, sir. I was thinking today with our new addition here, only in my 2nd term, but this is the 4th lineup I've had an opportunity to work with since getting elected in 2016, and every lineup different but good in their own way. And I'm really looking forward to moving forward with you, Marcus. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, sir.
Sherry?
I just wanted to know, has everybody been voting for our contest?
We're 3rd now.
We're 3rd? We gotta get out and vote. Y'all gotta vote every day about us being nominated for the best college, small town?
College.
Yeah. Yes, by
50,000
USA
block.
Today. What do we win?
Well, we already are the best. It's just everybody else thinks it.
We'll all get
No.
thumb fingers and we'll run around with
Yeah,
thumb
well,
fingers.
we gotta vote every day. You can vote every day, so spread the word and share it on your social media, please. We wanna win.
They'll want us to advertise in the World News Report.
How much is that going to cost?
Anything else? Marcus, do you have anything?
I don't know. Thank you guys for welcoming me in. Like I said, I know I got a lot to learn, but we're ready here. Got our shoes tied up, ready to go. So,
Thanks, sir.
Thank
All right.
you.
Mayor's report.
So thank you very much. Marcus, I'd like to welcome you aboard as well. Looking forward to working with you. He passed the first test. I told him the story about one council member getting sworn in and then falling off the podium after he got sworn in. He made it up here and sit down safely, and so he's working out good so far. Just a couple of things to remind you about. One is, you notice we've had a lot of fires around lately, so we are under no burn order. So, you know, if you're about to learn some leaves and so forth, they will be coming up there, shutting you down, giving you a fine. So just be aware of that. Take Pride in Jacksonville Day is coming up April 19th, so get that on your calendar. Find all of the things you need to throw away that day, all the old paint cans and whatever you haven't been able to get rid of. Take advantage of this big shredder truck being here. A lot of things can happen to make our city look cleaner that day. Arts Council is still looking for vendors for Fair on the Square. Fair on the Square, they coming up May 17th, and they still need folks, vendors, and so if you know anybody would like to display their wares for Fair on the Square, make sure you remind them of that. Also, there's a big event on August the 26th, looking ahead a little bit. There's an election that day. They need volunteers at the polls for election day, so if you know anybody like to work the polls, get with Brenda, she'll set them up. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Is there any other business that come before the council? Seeing this here, no one. Item 22.
Consider action to adjourn into an executive session under the provisions of the Code of Alabama, Section 36-25A, 7A3, to discuss with the attorney the legal ramifications of and legal options for pending litigation.
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Just as always, we will not be returning out of the executive session, so thank you all for being here, and have a safe ride home. There's nothing else, roll call, please.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. A. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Laster?
Yes.
Mr. M. Green?
yes.
Thank you all, have a good night.